Well, good evening, everyone. This is Ramblin' Randy down here in the deep piney woods of East Texas, and it's a very historic day. Matter of fact, this little chat I'm having here is taking place at the end of one day, which is Saturday, December the 19th at 11:46 p.m. The year of 2020 of our Lord, and it's going to end tomorrow on Sunday, December the 20th. I have been, I'm sure just like you people, I have been absolutely dumbfounded. I'm talking about mentally. I've been in a lot of places, and I've done a hell of a lot of things. And if you happen to travel with me and hook your wagon to my star, you're going to probably hear about a few, but it will be in a very humorous way. Because that is the only way that I can describe my journey. Good, bad, and indifferent. It brought me to this point right here, and this point right here is where I need you. I need for you to do something for me. You see, I've been on the mountaintop. There ain't no need for someone to sit around and give big accolades of what they have and hadn't done. Again, if you ride with me, most likely, they call me Ramblin' Randy, you're most likely going to hear about a lot of them escapades, and there are legions of them, to say the least. And I need help in getting people to, you hear this term waking up. Well, I'm talking about, if you're going to use that as a starting point, I'm talking about postgraduate PhD level waking up. But I'm going to tell you something. You already got it going on. You just don't know it. You just don't know it. You don't know it. And I have been quite perplexed with the ebbs and flows and corners and ups and downs and mostly downs of my life, and amazed, absolutely as amazed at my journey of how many times I've gone to the mountaintop. I'm talking about silly high. I was in the oil business. I was in one of the first big, huge MLM deals. Not really a player, but I was on the financing side, and I'll kind of give you a hot flash. It skyrocketed, kind of like a sky biz. What a ride that was, and so many other things that it's just not. I can't even tell you. Hell, I built a water racetrack on the back side of the Orange County Fairgrounds parking lot. Somehow I talked to the damn city people and letting me put up a swimming pool as big as a football field back there with tar in the middle of it, and had 15 jet boats running around in there. Next to it was one of them like Malibu Grand Prix things. And I have no earthly idea how I pulled that off. I have no idea. But there's so many more of those little things like that had happened. And also I have been recognized by our lovely governing body, and I do know firsthand how the power of these people are and how hard they'll try to protect themselves, because I was in the oil business. And I had a little run-in with Dow Chemical about dumping in a creek, and they're doing it freely, boiling crawfish out there, the same EPA guy that fined me 50 G's a day for dumping water in a man's lake and killing his fish. And there that sumbitch was, doing a crawfish boil with the EPA guy that busted me. I went in town, rolled on that EPA guy. Good God Almighty. You think SWAT's bad now? Those people hit my office, and I just couldn't figure out what the hell. You know, in the oil business, some people gonna be pissed. We don't hit every well. But they come down on me and descended, and I went on a journey with those people. And I finally figured out what happened was I was rolling on one of their own, and they put my ass on ice. Well, I also had a little stretch in the service that taught me a lot of things. My little jaunt and the stuff I did in there, oh God, taught me about how this whole thing works. And I started looking at everything. Where are they getting this damn money to do all this? After I got out of the service, I kind of did some stuff like what I was doing in the service, but in far, far away lands. And I was going, who's financing this shit? And I started connecting the dots and all that stuff. Figured out, hey, man, this is all going on inside this warehouse. That's about as far. It ain't many people knowing about this, is there? So that side, and I see how it works. I can see what they're doing to our cities here. We used to do it. Give a few Jeeps away and some ammo and tell them the next village is fixed to come up there and kill them. We just didn't want it to happen to you. And by the way, they're coming tonight. You better get on down there and take care of business. That's what's happening to us right here. I'm sitting here. We're in the fishbowl. We're in the damn fishbowl. I'm a 60s product. So you can probably tell from my background music there. We started this ball rolling, kinda. A lot of them went south and just took love, dove, and peace, love, and dove and all that, which I loved all that. Trust me, it was fun. But it's carried it to great extremes, along with riding on that coattail. They also grew up into what's happening now. And there ain't no need for me to get off into that Marxism, communism, all that. What I'm concerned with is we can shift the whole bitch. You think I'm crazy? No, I'm not crazy. There is a way that if we get together, and let me just segue right now into why I was prompted at 11, whatever it is, almost 12, 11:53 here in the deep piney woods of East Texas, get over here and cut this video, is because I realized that I've been trying to convey to people for a long time, of how we can monetize waking up in the morning, drooling on the couch, totally ripped if you have to be, or running around doing whatever you do productive, on the couch drooling. If you're thinking, you're doing your job. Now, that sounds crazy, but most people, when they get to thinking or utilizing some of the little techniques, just being natural and doing what you want to do, but be productive for yourself and contribute something, even if it's a thought, a picture, a smile, helping someone across the street, something productive that is of value to the overall. And I'm not saying the overall to say that we need to get a commune and become communists, none of that shit. I'm talking about just pulling your own weight, carrying your own water, giving a fair exchange of value for what's going on around you. Now, rambling again, but let me circle back to why I'm doing this. And I believe and I live in this is going to be, I'm going to tell you right now, we're 8 minutes into this, and it's probably going to be an hour. And if you don't want to spend an hour to find out the secret how you can put your ass on the top of that hill up there and do anything that you want in life, and when I say anything, I mean damn anything. Anything that you want, period, bar none. Been there, done that, and have that badge. I'm talking about yachts, planes, the whole damn smear houses on every island out there. Had all that shit. Twice or 3 times. It doesn't matter for me anymore. And you'll learn why I worded it that way. It doesn't matter for me anymore. Where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. And those very words that I just said, I heard those words tonight on Rex Bear's show with the Leak Project. He did one of them on YouTube, did a premiere show, and again, today it would be on the 19th on his premiere show, some guy from Hawaii, some doctor whoever, that the key words I went over there to watch was create your own reality. Well, I've always said that we create our own reality from sheer thought. How else could you be doing it? How else? How else could you be doing it? How else could you be creating your own reality unless it wasn't from sheer thought? It had to start there. or your brain, even if you're brain dead, you're thinking about something like moving your lungs or whatever. You're thinking. That's the core. That's the secret. That's the damn secret. Now, I know y'all wouldn't be able to see if it blacked out like that, so I've got the screen dimmed down real low because it's dark in here, and I like it like that, which I love the set that, quite frankly, has just beautiful coloring he's got over there, quite frankly. And I believe that what I'm envisioning, quite frankly, and Rex Bear, they both have their own uniqueness, and you'll find out why I'm even rambling about this as I get along here. Remember, it's going to be a little movie here that I'm not movie. You're staring at the secret, by the way, right in front of you, right there in front of you. Watch the mouse move right in here. This is the secret. This right here, Lady Justice. We're listening and we're watching. She's blind. We're the people's army of eyes and ears. I'm creating an army of I hate that term, like-minded people, but people who are starting to accept the fact that we got ourselves into this situation from thinking, and letting people that understand the dynamics of humans, like I do. I have a federal number that I can verify that with. Ooh, okay. So, but when you understand how the human mind works and the triggers and various things, you can get them to do any damn thing that you want. Anything, bar none. Bar none. The big bar none. So, and they understand that. And I can sit up here on the mountaintop looking down there of what's going on and go, my God, people wake up and smell the roses. You know, get your damn mask off. That's just one thing of many. Don't take the vaccine right now. That's just my take on it. Just my take on it. And they got these damn spiders on YouTube. You say the damn word about don't do anything that they said to do, and your shit gets pulled off. And that's another reason that you're listening to me talk now, because what I just said is going to put you on the mountaintop. It's of great value to have your eyes out there and seeing what's really going on. Report it back to where? The Rabbit Hole Herald. We'll blast it out to our people, and we've got we got in Us We Trust news going on here. Are you catching on? Are you catching on? I hope you're catching on. Because what are facts nowadays, for God's sake? What are facts? Facts! Well, I got this. It's a damn fact. Oh, it is? It is? I'll tell you what facts are. Facts are enough coherent, focused thought on the same train, moving in the same directions and increasing in their number. That becomes fact. Hello? Hello? What's your pronoun this month or today or last week? Jesus Christ. And that's going out the window. I'm not a very religious person, but I'm damn sure spiritual. And I'm going to get around to what I need you for is I need to line your pockets with a bunch of energy. You need to fill your batteries up and more, barn full of energy. What is energy? Well, you might call it money. Money's nothing but a representation of how much you've been working. And what is working? Working's thinking first. You can take a picture, you can smile at somebody. If it moves them and it creates value in their life, they just gain value from your thinking, your work. So if they smile at a picture on the rabbit hole of a baby that you took a picture of that's drooling or something, and they was fixing to blow their brains out, they saw that baby and it put the steel down. My God, is that worth a damn penny? I think so. That's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. We're headed for a fair exchange of value. Now, the problem that people have got out there today, if everything's so cluster procreated, the act of procreation clustered up, that nobody knows the difference up, down, sideways, whether the windshield or the damn bug. They don't know whether the washing or hanging out. They don't know. They don't know. Asshole from elbow. They don't know what's going on. I'm watching them out there. Hell. Whoo! Watching them. I'm watching these people out there, and it's just absolutely bizarre. Where were you when I needed to raise a little cash for some drilling projects? If you're putting your damn mask on that much, and you hadn't even met the people telling you to put it on, you're fixed to take a vaccine, and I was going down-hole, we could have made a hell of a lot of money together. Well, where are you? Boy, these people are, they are top-shelf magicians. They are. That's what we're doing. We're in a black magic spell. Well, guess what? Move over, Rover. Y'all taught us. I can get enough people. I can get 1,000 people that I can show them the way to think, and we can create beyond the headlights. What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, when I cross, and crossing is when I leave El Paso, leaving the state of Texas, headed toward California. I do it all the time. I love driving across because I do it at a certain time where I'm out there in the middle of nowhere where you can see 25 miles both ways. There ain't no damn way in the world anybody's going to run up on you. And you just stop. You think you're brave? Stop out in the middle of the desert, turn your lights out, get out of your car, and walk back about 50 yards. You're going to start, you're going to start thinking about some stuff, and you're going to connect to a power that's far greater than you are. That's for damn sure. So when you start being able to work from that realm, then you can start understanding that we create what we think about, people. What the hell are you thinking about? I'll tell you what you're thinking about. You're thinking about what? Putting your mask on tomorrow, maybe getting a decorated one, or taking a vaccine. Should you not? You're thinking about is Trump going to win? Which is a good thing to think about. And all this craziness is going on. Can you even imagine that people went through the damn windows of Macy's down there in New York City? Hell, New York is barren. Damn near lost my daughter down there one time crossing the street by Tiffany's. And cab driver damn near killed her and her mother both. I'm talking about it was a mess. And it's barren down there. It is barren. Now, let me tell you real quickly that my take on this, along with Deborah Tavares over at, what is that, stopthecrime.net, she's a thinker. She's a player. She's a manifestic. And she and others feel that, a part of Agenda 21 is that they need to get rid of the people that are living in these big metropolitan areas downtown so they can turn that into an area where they can shove a bunch of you people. They need to get them businesses out of there. It's a real estate play. Long term. You just need to rise up above the clouds here and look down on what's going on. You need to look beyond the headlights. Okay? Because they're building right now what you're going to drive into tomorrow. Shit yourself not. That's the case. That's the damn fact. If you don't think that's the fact, then you can read about, they have it on the damn internet, the Rockefeller Foundation plan of action, and you're not involved in it, other than maybe they're trying to drive everybody, keeping them locked down, sending them stimulus money and everything. Of course, everybody needs some, wants some, but by God, if you start getting on the dole like that, before you know it, you're breaking the spirit of working. I'm the whole gambit. The whole damn gambit. And then they send you another check, a big one. Then they say, okay, here, you're all smiling and everything. You must be doing pretty good. We're just going to give you everything that you need. You'll never own anything anymore. You won't even have any cars. We'll give them to you. And you're going to get a little allowance every month. And plus, we're going to take care of your medical and everything. They're going to turn your ass off if you don't have that nose to the grindstone. I don't want any part of that. How are we going to stop it? We're going to start thinking about something different. We're going to think beyond their headlights, or we're going to at least be par, and it don't make a damn what they're thinking about. That's how this thing works. If we get enough people that don't just wake up, hell, everybody wakes up in the morning, but accepts the fact that we can, in fact, do this. And why do you think that at the time that people are starting to take a real sub rosa research into that, need to get rid of that conspiracy theory term and start calling it sub rosa research? It's an investigation into conspiratory actions taken by many that are conspiring together in a theory. So we are the investigators of conspiracy, or people that conspire together, collaborate together to commit illegal acts or harm to others. So we're not conspiracy theorists. We're sub rosa research investigators that are investigating criminal activity that others are conspiring. If there's any conspiracy going on, it's by those people, and we all know that. Let's accept it. You woke up this morning, let's accept it. Now, we can do this. But there's one thing that's damn sure that everybody needs. What happened to the music? Oh, it's buffering over here. One thing for certain about all this, I hope I still got y'all. Damn, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? Because I'm on a pretty good little old roll here. Clock's ticking, but the jukebox went dead. High-tech stuff. Now, let me tell you something right now about that high-tech stuff. I don't mind anything that causes life to be better and easier, as long as you're still working out, working your vessel, so that you'll have a little time here with us. Don't just lay up. Use the technology that will benefit and give aid and increase our evolving, our movement forward as beings, but don't use the stuff as leverage against us. That's not good. That's not a fair exchange of value at all. So we need to think about that. And as long as we start thinking about these things, eventually they will in fact manifest. But you have to continuously feed this thought. You have to feed this thought and it will manifest. That's the only thing that will make it grow. If you cease to think about it, it's going to crater. How do I know these things? Remember all the businesses and things that I'd mentioned that I started? Well, they started off and went parabolic. That's straight up. And they exploded, made, in some cases, millions. In other cases, nothing. But if I was interested in it, if I did in fact enjoy doing it, I would stick with it and I would pay with my attention. The most valuable asset that you've got is your attention. Where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. And so when you start watching and being lured into this fear drama deal, you cannot think rationally with critical thinking in a fear-based mindset. You have to break that deal. You're being hustled. You know, I'll give you an example. I was in Denver one time, and I was on the outer loop. I forgot what they call it, but near Lakewood, out in that area. And then my wife called and said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Well, yeah, I am. As a matter of fact, I just lifted off here in Denver as I was going around the loop." And she said, "Well, there's a shooting going on the news downtown there in Denver, and I just wanted to make sure you're okay." I said, "Sweetie pie," I said, "downtown is about 15 miles from where I'm at." "Well, that doesn't matter. It's in Denver." We used to take R&R about 5 miles from where the hottest firefights were taking place, and we considered that to be Honolulu. I mean, you know, it was 5 miles. Anyway, don't get your panties in a bundle over everything that they say is going to happen. And I'll show you a little something to do here. There is a famous little picture that's been going on ever since Zika. And remember Zika and Ebola and all that other stuff? The major legions and all that stuff? That's test runs to see how they're going to, raise us up, how it's going to stir up the masses. Well, every time they did that, they showed a picture of China over there somewhere, and there was this one lady walking underneath this breezeway-looking deal, overpass in China. Same damn lady every year, or every pandemic, or whatever they call it, that they run past us. I'm not saying that this thing ain't making people sick, but it's just got a different name, and damn, anyway. Hopefully you will accept the fact that it's a hustle. Did you see, being as this is the Christmas season, and being as it is, Fauci or some of them people, they had the most absolute bizarre things to say about that. Fauci said he's going to fly to the North Pole, South Pole, wherever, and give Santa a damn vaccine. And they showed on TV there the little kids singing Santa Claus songs and stuff like that with them damn masks on inside a house. Is that bizarre? Just the bacteria alone from your exhaling, because the breath itself is just like peeing or taking a dump. And that's one of the ways that we get rid of toxins, and you're catching them on them masks and breathing them back in. Oh, Jesus. So, horse of another color. But there is a way out of this thing. There is a very, 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 very simple way out of this, and that is that we have to empower not the middle class. I'm talking about the people sitting on a 5-gallon bucket out there that can't get enough money to scrape up for the family. They're fixing to go off, people. They're fixing to go off, and there's no revenue stream for these folks. We need to help that middle class end up. Anybody that's got enough sense to stack 2 words or 3 words together into a coherent sentence, I can work with them as long as, and this is my requirement, as long as the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm a patriot. I love this country. I love what this country has to offer for an old hippie like me. I know what they can do. It's happened to me. I didn't realize it happened to me. That surely wouldn't happen to me in a good old USA. Surely that the EPA didn't have any say so or sway what happened to me. Hell, if they didn't want Dow getting under the anyway. So I understand the dynamic. I want to win. They taught me how to play this game, and I can show you. There ain't nothing in this world that's free, people. There ain't nothing in this world that's free, people. There isn't anything in this world that's free, people. Even if people say, well, what about the love of God? It's not free. It comes at a price. Everything does. Oh, that's blasphemy. No, it's not. Again, you have to pay with your attention. You have to accept it. If you're going to use that little analogy, you have to accept it. Have you ever heard that? Just come on down and accept this. Walk the aisle. You know what that means. Probably don't. That's really dating me. Probably wouldn't know what a brush arbor revival is either. But anyway, you have to accept it. And you have to pay with your attention. There isn't anything more valuable than your attention. It's the biggest commodity that you've got. Why? Because your attention is going to be the thing that causes you to sit and ponder, and you might come up with the next thing that changes the entire planet. It had to start with your commodity, your thoughts, your connection to the firmament where everything is created. Anything can be created. If you send a prayer, conjure, thought, mixed with passion and commitment, and will accept it, your thoughts will coagulate into what I call, and many others, locked scalar wavelengths. Where attention goes, energy flows. That's the seed of manifestation. Continue to feed it, and these little locked scalar wavelengths, next thing you know, you might be eating an apple that you were thinking about. Now, there's a lot more that goes into that, but that's the process that I do believe in, that we create what we think about. And it manifests in front of us. And almost everything that you're seeing, and this gets into a bizarre thing to where, how the hell did you manifest that coffee table or the computer? Let's look at this on a basis of learning to crawl before you even walk, okay? And you will see from demonstration. What I want to do with you people is I want to make you an offer, or I want to present to you something of magnificent value. But here's what you're going to have to do for me. You're going to have to give me a little 2 or 3 or 4 paragraph dissertation about how much you love this country, of the United States of America, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the rule of law applied equally to all, so that I know who I'm giving the gates to the kingdom to. Because and that sounds like, oh, he's a crazy, needs to be strapped in with a straitjacket and run off somewhere. No. No. This is the secret that they're using against us. It's exponential growth. It's mathematic. It's numbers. It's not going to. You program something to do, and even if it's a mental program, it's going to act exactly what the program says. It's going to. It doesn't deviate. It has no emotion. We'll use the same thing against them that they're using against us. and we will do it inside of Caesar's law. We will beat them with their own laws. They can't touch us. We're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and we're cloaked in truth. Been there, done that, and have that badge. You know, the hardest thing it is, I've found for the last 3 years, I've packaged this in so many different ways, trying to present it to people, but here's the problem I've got. I've got what you need if you're looking for energy. See, remember, it takes energy in order to think. And when you think, you're working. And then when you work, you get so much of someone else's energy that is stored in something called a dollar. That's a representation of originally someone thinking about something that created a business that's got all these people, blah, 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 and they're willing to give you a bit of their energy that they earned in exchange for the value that you give to that company. And it all, whatever you're doing from it, all started from a single thought. So you're exchanging energy. You're storing your energy that you could use later. And you could exchange it for something like buying that coffee table, what have you. Once you catch on that when they say they want control of our energy. They want to control what we're thinking about, and then thus in turn understand everything about us, so they'll know just exactly where this little calf can go, this little heifer, this little filly, whatever can go, this man, woman, boy, child, everything. That they'll have a cue card on it. And this sounds crazy, but hey, people were calling me crazy 20 years ago when I said this whole damn thing started going sideways at the Battle of Waterloo. And then, by God, how come we being charged interest on our own damn money? Who in the hell? Who are these people? Let's look at their books. And what are they loaning us for every time that they give us money for our debts that they're creating out of thin air? This bullshit money that we're now having to pay hard interest in our houses and everything with this fake shit that you're creating. You know, what are they putting up, and what is it that they're giving us, that they're collateralizing, giving us that loan with? What are their assets that, in case they default, and if they default, who the hell do they default to? Themselves? I mean, this is bizarre stuff. And here's what's amazing to me is that some 20 years later, I'm sitting here making a video about something that nobody would even listen to. No one would pay it with their attention. And it didn't catch traction. Well, it's catching traction now. And if you can hear my voice, if you're a patriot and you love this country and you will do anything in the world that you can within reason to help save this country and our way of life, I can make you rich. If that's what you call storing up a lot of energy, that's what I call it. But you can convert that energy into these silly little pieces of representations or storehouses of value. And I recommend Bitcoin or the crypto worlds along with gold. And if you need a little fiat, you can do it on plastic and just do it with limited amounts. We're moving into areas with high winds and heavy seas, and most passengers will have to be strapped into their bunk. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm only 33 minutes into it, and I think I'm going to wrap it up at this point. But if you'll notice, I go over on Twitter. You will see, I'll try to put a link. I don't even know what I'm called over on Twitter. Rambling_Randy. Rambling_Randy. I think that's what it is. My handle over on Twitter. But I post these things, and really, they're right now. They're just they are just like little diaries. Because even on YouTube, you'll see that I only have 5 or 6, 10 people that even listen. Now, let me tell you something about that right there. True story. Is that everybody's out there running naked with their hair on fire, trying to find a way to make $1 or $2, and the country's going into shit, right now, and no one's doing anything to help it. They're learning a whole lot. They're listening to all these talk shows, but they're not the people on the front lines. Hell, you're sitting back here on the couch, and if those people needed some picket signs or some new gloves or some helmets or whatever the hell they need, at least you could flip them a penny, nickel, dime, or a quarter. Wouldn't you do that much? Don't you think it's worth it for them to go do that instead of you? Because if someone doesn't do something and hold the front line, we're going south, people. We're going south. They have value. If we give them a fair exchange of value, these people are giving us information, it's going to be a great thing. A great, great, great thing. I need help, and I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to pay for people to come over and become a student, if you will, of the University of Paul Revere. We'll call it that. The University of Paul Revere. And to go and spread your own personal story. You're not selling anything. You're telling your own personal story, and you're having us come over and join and get in numbers. Listen to this. You know, this George Soros and all those people, when they got money, they sling it around. We ain't got that kind of money, but together, collectively, if we dropped 1 million pennies on someone who needed a little help over there and down ballot voting, and Soros is in there getting a DA somewhere, USA, and we all, 1 million of us, dropped a penny on the person who needed some help that could block them, that's 10,000 of what y'all call dollars. That's a lot of energy to go out there and do some work with. Amen? Can I get an amen? That's where we're headed. We can handle this thing, people, ourselves. I don't even know if I'm going to put this video thing out. But I'll tell you this, there ain't no reason in the world why I should beat around the bush about using this system to better ourselves. Period. And what will happen here is we'll evolve our own platform, just like they have out there, Twitter. I have one up and running before. My programmer was an Antifa guy, and I didn't know it for 10 damn years. He never said that, but we wasn't going through times like we're going through right now. And his true colors came out, and he told me to move 130,000 lines of code somewhere, because he was on the other side of the line. And I'm not going to ring the bell. The people need this platform, and the people are going to need money. You're going to need money. You're going to need energy. They're going to start, and we're going to have a 24-hour talk line. People can call in and just talk. They're going to get trapped in them damn houses. They're not going to have a cash flow. If they do some research and put it on our rabbit hole, or call in and we can hear that they say something that's great, we can flip them a penny, nickel, dime, or quarter, save their lives, save a lot of people's lives, and monetize laying on the couch, drooling, sleeping. Wake up. If you remember your dream, you tell us it might be just what we're looking for. Can I get an amen on that? Damn. But I wonder, do you have to stand up on a stage? Do you have to have all these fancy glitters and everything to tell someone that this is how we can do it and we can win and you can prosper and we can save this country? Do I have to sound like someone down on Bourbon Street, or can you understand the truth? I'm trying to tell you the truth, and by the way, I'm giving it to you. There's no charge. You're going to decide on what moves you. You're going to decide on what moves you. If you want this country to be saved, it's going to require energy. Whether you go do the work and physical work, or someone sends you a penny, nickel, dime, quarter to put gas in your car, someone's going to have to do it. Let's all get together, people, and understand that we're in this together. I would suggest that you subscribe to this channel. Very few people are. But you people that do listen to this, by God, I need you to tell other people to listen. We're going to start daily talk shows on freeconferencecall.com. It's time to get up and go. The clock's ticking, and they are moving this way. So this is Ramblin' Randy. Here in the deep piney woods of East Texas. Go over and watch Rex Bear's show for today. And catch part of John B. Wells had a hell of a show today, the Arc to Midnight show. And Clyde Lewis always has good shows. Quite frankly, Amazing Polly, Thomas Paine, Black Conservative Patriot, Lisa Haven. These are people I follow. These are my professors. And I want to, for we can get together and we can study on the same page rather than, and do it the day after the news comes out, because hell, everybody can't be sitting on the tip of the very point of a rafter jet. There won't be anybody driving the damn thing. So we need to pause, take a breath, come back and start going into some of these things that are coming out and looking at them from rational and seeing where the unfair exchange of values at. Rise up and see what their real true agenda is. What's the magic they're trying to put on us here? Who will gain from this? What value would we get? And if it isn't fair, we need to talk and collaborate. Together we can find the truth. We all come to the rabbit hole and we swap lies. And then together we try to filter through all that and pull out the truth. This is Ramblin' Randy. I wish you a happy holiday season. And remember this, once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life learns the truth, they either cease to be mistaken or they cease to be honest. What say you? Go out tomorrow, create a wonder-filled day. It is by choice. Smile at a stranger. You never know when you're in the midst of angels. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Ramblin' Randy, we down.